It may be the season for candy canes and Santa and reindeer, but it's also cold and flu season. And here to help us survive the season is Dr. Carrie Peterson. Good morning, doctor. How are you today?
Hi, good morning. I'm doing really well. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm really glad you're here. Since this is our first time speaking, you probably can't tell, I actually do have a cold right now. And so I'm quite frustrated, but very excited to talk with you. I mean, where can we start to battle this time of year?
Well, I would love to start with little ones, our children, because as a parent of a 2-year-old myself, when your child gets sick, there are a lot of issues that can be difficult to manage. And so I have some great tips on some devices that I have found come really in handy when your kids get sick. So for example, when your child is congested, very rarely can they blow their nose well on their own. And so there's a device called the NoseFrida that really gets that mucus out easily. There's a tube that rests against their nostril, and on the other end is a mouthpiece where you can suction the mucus right out of their nose. It's safe and hygienic, and it's non-invasive, so kids really tolerate it well. And another device that I really like this time of year is if your child gets a fever. Most parents do not want to go into their room to wake them up at night to take their temperature. So this really neat gadget was invented called the WFTS. It takes your child's temperature remotely. There's a little patch you put under their arm, connects to a Bluetooth monitor, and that sends an alert to your smartphone if the temperature goes above a certain reading. So you can stay asleep and your child can stay asleep unless that fever gets too high. So these are just some nifty things. They're great as Christmas presents as well to keep in mind during cold and flu season. Okay,
I gotta say this is very ironic because I'm actually 9 months pregnant and just did my registry, just completed it, and I saw those things in the store. And I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, how do these actually work? They can't really work, so I'm glad you're addressing that they are a benefit and actually help kids get over colds.
Yeah, they really, really do. I mean, the NoseFrida, it works better than that bulb thing because you don't have to put anything in their nose, so they're not pulling away, and it's much more tolerable. And for the fever-taking one, it also connects to your iCloud. So even for working moms, you can have access to their temperature readings when you're out of the home as well, and they're very accurate. So yeah, great little tips to have. And you mentioned that you have a cold. As an adult, one thing I do recommend to my patients at the first sign of a cold is Eeze lozenges, because they have been clinically proven to shorten the duration of a cold by almost half. And they also have a multi-symptom relief lozenge that helps with cold and flu symptoms. And they also have a little gummy that tastes really good. And I also recommend that you wash your hands a lot, but if you don't have access to soap and water, to use an antibacterial hand wipe like wet ones. These will kill 99.99% of germs, plus they'll wipe away dirt and grime. They have aloe in them, and they're hypoallergenic, so they don't dry your hands out. And they have very convenient sizes, so you can toss one in your kid's backpack, one in your car, one in your purse. So it really keeps your family covered when it comes to germs.
And I'm a big believer in those cold Eeze things, so maybe I need to stock up on a few more of those. So thank you so much. Any other tips that we can keep in mind, though, as far as preventative goes, just in case you haven't gotten it yet and you're still lucky?
I would say still get your flu shot. It's not too late.
Always a good tip. Thank you so much, doctor. We do appreciate your time.